Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about the surprise update that they've gone and nerfed the AMAX. They buffed some of the LMGs with the new suppressor, as well as changed the optics. So we're going to look at all the changes. I was able to get it before and after, which we'll talk a little bit about. If you enjoyed the video, learned something new, please do me a favor, hit the like button. Goal on today's video is 10,000 likes. If you're brand new, want to find your way back, just double check. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on. So it says right here, they've nerfed the cargo truck. So it went from about 16 to 20 in a given solo match. Now that is down to 5. So you can see right here, it went from around 16 to 20 on average, which is crazy. Now it's down to a static 5. So that is going to be significantly more competitive. Doesn't mean that Berthas won't be in the end game. It just means that there will be significantly less of them, and it's going to be a little bit harder for them to make it to end game. But at least there is a max of 5, which is kind of crazy that they fixed that number. We'll kind of see if they're dedicated spawns or if they'll rotate among those 16 to 20 locations that they had before. So this takes place with the playlist update that's already gone live. And then basically, you know, we know why they've made this change. Some people will be upset about that, but it did kind of ruin a little bit of the end game. So I'm a fan of this change. Bug fixes. Fixed additional map locations of Verdansk that allowed players out of bounds. Cool. Fixed additional collision areas found throughout Verdansk, allowing players to exploit peek through them. Fixed the bug where vehicles could down or squad. That one's a lot of people I got messaged by. Did you know this, JGOD? Yes, I've seen that. Fix an issue with the Nakatomi Plaza where the vault access denied audio could be heard throughout the entire building. Fix the bug preventing the ballistic knife camouflage skins from unlocking upon completion. Good, no one's hardly even using that. Fix the bug where the 5 milliwatt sniper rifles would not display aiming stability, even though it was giving aiming stability. Fix incorrect labeling on sniper rifle Echo as sniper rifle Delta. So quick fix there. So they did change the AMAX. This is actually a nerf that will change it slightly. It's not a huge change. I've already got the damage values, which we'll talk about. FARA recoil pattern. I didn't have a pre-recoil, a huge like recoil, but I'm going to show you the side-by-side of the optics. You'll have an idea of that. They're just trying to push this more towards sniper support. I don't know if people, it still probably has a little bit too much recoil for people at range, the way you would use something like 100+ meters with a rifle. But I think it's going to be a little bit better sniper support, especially with the changes to the optics. Huge changes. It's just going to be a little bit less viable up close because I think that's how a lot of people are using it. It has good iron sights. I think that's where it's going to excel, is the short to medium, where you're going to see those changes. But again, like I said, we'll check that out. Then we have a tactical rifle Charlie, which they magnitude decreased, so they improved the recoil on it. That's not really the issue. It's a little bit of the bullet velocity, so that doesn't really solve for the problem I think they want. And then Tundra base optic adjusted. So right here it says we've made some adjustments to reduce the fisheye lens effect. Then we have changes to the 3X, the 4X, and the SUSAT completely reworked. Now the 4X essentially looks like a regular VOK. The 3X looks like a T-pose VOK, and the SUSAT looks kind of like a VOK as well, but you get the option to zoom in a little bit farther. You guys will check all that out. And then we got the suppressor. ADS speed increased, made it a buff from 2% to 3.5%. This one I actually was able to measure now, before I wasn't. And then sprint to fire speed, I didn't notice a difference. That 1% difference I can't detect in game. It looks like 0 difference still. So well, let's go ahead and check out the changes. So luckily what happened is the update came out, they put out the notes, so I went into test and everything, and I was like, nothing feels different. Then literally 30 minutes later they go, okay, patch is live. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Now I got the what it looks like. So here's the standard 3X, which we know what it kind of looks like. You're going to see kind of as an ADS, you're going to see the firing of the weapon. This is pre-nerf. This is kind of what it looks like. You can see all the visual shake. You can see kind of how big it is and zoomed into the face. If we go over here, we can get another look at the new. This is the 3X, same optic, but after the update. So if you're equipping the 3X on your weapon, this is how it will look now. You can see how much less zoom it has. So they actually put the magnitude much closer to what it's supposed to be, instead of making it like a sniper scope. So you're not really going to be able to use these. I guess you could still, but it'd be like using a VOK on the Car 98. People do use that, but it's less practical. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the 4X. So here's the 4X. Well, let's go back up a little bit more. So you can kind of see how the 4X looks. And then when we go over here, you get a look at the 4X. It looks like a VOK, regular VOK, right? These are without any attachments. I ended up putting on attachments for this one. So to keep the thing consistent, here's a SUSAT, how it looked before. You got the zoom in, zoom out. Kind of small, but look at how big. It takes up almost the entire screen. And then we go to the SUSAT now. They literally pulled it off of our face. So huge differences here. Looks like it beams, but like I said, I think it's going to excel still more at mid-range. I think they need to do a little bit more for people to maybe use it as a long-range meta. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Sprint to Fire. I've already updated this one too. It ends up ADSing in 384, so it actually ADS is faster now. Maybe if you use this with the elastic wrap, maybe you can get this, so it could actually be a really solid sniper support option because the ADS won't be so horrible. Maybe you max this out for strafe speed and you have a little bit more mobility. You're just not gonna be able to hip fire with it. So it's a pretty good change there. Sprint to Fire, it actually came up no difference. I didn't notice a difference. Then I went to go ahead and test damage values, and you can see here's kind of how it works, just so you can kind of see. Here's the regular starting damage for the AMAX. Right here we have 904. And then let's go ahead and see me go ahead and line up this shot. And it's going to go to 956, which means it's 52 damage, which means they nerfed it by about 4, which is going to change the number of headshots needed to down a player from 3 to 4 to get that fastest time to kill. So all they did is modify that one because maybe it was still a little bit too strong in those areas. I was able to get those damage values there. So this is the normal spreadsheet that I have access for you guys in the description. If you want to go ahead and click on that, bookmark it. What you can see here is this is the nerf that came through for the AMAX. So I can zoom in a little bit more just so you can see that. Right here we have it where this was 3 headshots before needed to get a 5-shot kill, which means you needed like 60% of your headshots. And then further on, it was also 3 out of 6, so it's 50%. Now you need to get 4. So they basically just made it so that this TTK will almost never happen. But the rest of the TTKs are still pretty good. So I would not really aim for the head unless you're going to be getting all headshots, other than maybe getting less chest shots needed to get this TTK. So overall, I don't think most people will notice this AMAX nerf. You're just not going to get deleted by it quite as quick, and you're not going to get in those scenarios where you insta-delete someone, other than getting maybe this TTK right here, which is closer to 571. On the suppressor side of it, I changed the stoner. I did include this buff now. Now you get about a 4%, which they said about 3.5. So that kind of tracks. It probably is closer to 3.5 if you get the accuracy down. But you can see that is a significant difference. You're getting about 50 milliseconds faster than using the agency or GRU suppressor. Keep in mind that you are still nerfing your range a little bit, but that's why I said this could be used a little bit more as a sniper support. If you wanted something a little bit more heavy hitting, keep in mind you're gonna have a slower reload, so you might get in those situations that will screw you. So overall, pretty interesting changes. We'll kind of have to see how it plays out. I am excited to see how these optics feel on various different weapons and if they actually have recoil differences like the VOK does. So let me know down in the comment section if you're excited for this update. If you enjoyed the video, learned something new, please do me a favor, hit the like button. If you're brand new, want to find your way back, double check, make sure you subscribe with notifications on. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.